Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. I know this is really different because we usually are live with you guys on Wednesdays. So, listen, I am very excited that you all have chosen to join us today. I see a few people popping in already, which is always a delight when people are here immediately and they're kind of waiting for us to come on. I hate feeling like we're on CP time, but my co-host, Cat Queen, she is having some technical difficulties. She had popped on for a second and her internet went berserk. So she will be back on any second, but I wanted to go ahead and get us started. We have an amazing guest, someone who I almost feel like I've been wanting to talk to for a long time, but I think that today was destined. I always say to you guys and really to everybody that everything happens in God's timing and the way that it's supposed to happen. And you all know that I've been doing media for 24 years, but I have been building this company since 2014. The person responsible for this conversation today has been working with me that entire time. So I am immensely grateful. Today is a great day, and we are talking a good story today. So I know you all have heard of the stage play Standing on Business. You know, two of my favorite people are in this production. You have Pooch Hall, who we all know from the game, and many other things, countless other projects that he has been a part of. And then we also have Drew Sidora, who we know from countless movies. We know her from The Housewives of Atlanta. We know her from music, some of everything. So two of my favorite people, they have come together, and this isn't the first time that they're together working on this, but it is coming back around again. But today we are actually going to be talking to the person who is fully responsible for this production. So let me go ahead and go into my intro because y'all know I've been trying to do my Shannon Sharp thing, but I've been doing my own thing because I'm no Shannon Sharp. But again, welcome to Transcending the Culture, where we celebrate creators, we celebrate innovators and change makers who stand on purpose, passion, and truth. Today, we are diving into a story that is shaking up the stage and is shaking up culture as we like. He's a playwright, producer, visionary who uses faith and storytelling to heal hearts and spark change. From Miami to Georgia and across the country, his work shines a light on the battles of people or the battles that people face behind closed doors, from broken homes to broken spirits, and shows how faith, forgiveness, and courage can rebuild all of that. Joining us today is Mr. Dr. Donald Variste, if I'm saying that correctly, the mind behind Standing on Business, a powerful new stage play starring Drew Sidora and Pooch Hall that confronts domestic violence and the silence that surrounds it. This is more than theater. It is ministry in motion, and it's forcing all of us to look deeper, love harder, and take a stand on what's right. So tap in. Again, this is Transcending the Culture, and today we are standing on business in every sense of the word with Dr. Donald Variste. So please welcome him to the platform. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you? How are
I'm
you?
doing I'm doing amazing, man. Now my co-host, she should be popping in here any second. And it was funny because I sent her a message. I sent her, like, when I first got all the stuff, I sent it to her, and then we usually will shoot each other a message on Messenger.
Yes.
And she said, "Oh my God, I know he ain't still messing around with her. What mid school gonna say, whatever?" And I was just like, "Oh, I forgot all about that." Forgetting that Drew Sidora had actually popped in on the game,
Yeah.
as kind of the side piece or whatever. But
Mm.
this is really cool, man. I appreciate you for your time. As I said, it's Sunday. It's a lot of other things that you could be doing today. I think most notably just kind of chilling and taking a break from all that goes on Monday through Saturday. So
That's
I
true.
appreciate
That's true.
you are spending a few moments with us to talk about this amazing stage production.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for having me as well, James. I want to give a shout out to Brandon for putting everything together. I do appreciate that as well, and just thank you as well, James, for having me. It's an honor to be on your platform on today. So I'm
Absolutely.
excited. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I'm very excited. To talk about standing on business and whatever questions
Absolutely.
you may have, or whatever your viewers may have as well too. So I'm just excited, to be honest with you. I'm overwhelmed, but I'm excited at the same time.
Yeah. Have you done a lot of podcasts before? Or I mean, I know you've obviously been doing this for some time, but
Mhm. You know what? It's so funny. I'm in a different season. So before I was doing a lot of the stuff by myself behind the scenes.
got you.
So in this season it's a little bit different. So I have PR. So Brandon is the
Thank God for Brandon.
so yes. So thank God for Brandon, right? So
Like
I
in every
done.
sense of that, like
Mhm.
thank God for Brandon because
Yeah,
as I was explaining to you before we went live, like
yeah,
I think, when you're doing it from an independent standpoint and
yeah,
you're trying to figure out all of the pieces and the parts and how everything works and how you get in touch. Like, I have an internet radio station, and
yeah,
for the life of me, I don't know how to get to the promoters who provide you with the
yeah,
tickets, who do all this. And I'm like, I got to figure it out somehow. So I
yeah,
think getting in touch with not just you, but anybody who has a stage play, and
yes,
they have a cast who's going to be promoting that stage play, and we
yes,
want to bring those cast members on the podcast and on the different
yes,
shows. So it's always been, well, how do I get in touch with them? And because I've been doing media for 25 years,
yeah,
like it has changed drastically. So in the beginning, it was so much easier to just shoot an email to somebody and then you can get through it. But now it's like PR, publicist, managers, they change like toilet paper. And I mean, literally, like every 6 months, it's somebody different.
yeah,
And then you run into a space where, or a phase where people don't really know you. So it's hard to get through. And then a lot of the emails you get are dummy emails now, and the phone numbers don't work. And it's like, you just kind of end up in a vicious circle. So Brandon has been that blessing. I know you watching, Brandon, and I know I say all the time, but I'm grateful, I'm appreciative. Like, it goes a long way because, in all honesty, Brandon has really kept me up on stage plays. So like
yeah.
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, but like I've driven to Georgia to go and cover a stage play for him, and
Oh, that's awesome.
meet with the cast and all that kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
I'll travel around because it's what I love to do, and
Yes.
it's how you get yourself out there. So the fact that he reached out, it was just like, okay, this is perfect. And when he said it, I'm like, yes, like say no, yes, say no more. So it's cool, man. I really would like you. Well, first of all, kind of let everybody know who you are and
Okay.
what we're promoting and that sort of thing, and then we'll go into the questioning.
Sure, sure. That's a good question. So I'm Donald Variste. I'm a Haitian American. I'm from Miami.
Okay.
So the journey started with me writing. I had a show that I was doing with Sandra's show, and one of the questions she asked me was what got me to the point to write. And I talked about this fifth grade teacher that spoke some negative words about me, told me that I would never be anything in life, that I would die by the time I'm 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took what was the pain and I began to write because I didn't have a voice. So imagine as a fifth grader, just picking up the pen and being creative, writing. And so escape for me was more of writing characters. It was always a bunch of characters speaking in my mind. It's like some people call it you going crazy, right? You'll think you're
Yeah.
crazy. But in reality, the entire time I was tapping into what is a gift, what I'm doing today, and I began to write. If I'm going through any sense of um, whatever it may be, depression, whatever I may be experiencing, I will write about it. That was my escape. And
Yeah.
so I started to write. I did shows in Miami, I did shows in Orlando, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. So yeah, so this is where I'm at today. That's just a little bit of background about me concerning the writing and like you said, I've been independently been doing it for so long,
Yeah.
and anything you could think of just doing investing into the project, of course,
Yeah.
and trying to learn the promotion side of everything, trying to cast in so many different departments that usually is different people doing those different departments. And so now I'm just in a different season where I'm like, okay, well, now you have different people that can do different things, and different people can come and take the load off of my back, so it's a little bit different, when you're able to have different people coming in and helping, to help you to get into places for publicity or whatever it may be, to get it out there, because it is a production. It's not just a production for entertainment, but it's actually a movement, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movement,
Yeah.
so it's about domestic violence awareness, with standing on business. Yes, it's entertaining. It's not one of those shows. I don't like to really say, because it's my show, everybody will say, oh, my show is good and whatever. I go based off the audience feedback, because I did this show in Miami. Everybody gave it like 10 out of 10.
Like,
And
I've heard nothing but good. Like, I've heard, and actually, before I even go into that, I want to shout out some, like, there's comments in here already.
Yeah.
I love my people, and I love the people that follow us, because like they are here.
Yeah.
Like, they are here. Tiffany Milirons, she got a bunch of hand claps in there, but she also put a couple other comments. She said, oh, let's see. Let me see. Go back to the earlier message. Ready Red said, we love Pooch and Drew. Actually, my co-host just popped in now, so she just got her internet together.
Nice.
But then back to Tiffany, she said, hello, cousin. So Tiffany is my cousin. Actually, my co-host is my cousin as well. So
nice.
I've had the company since 2014, but I want to keep a lot of the family, and it works because my cousin and I, we both went to school for journalism. We both love media. We both been wanting to do this, and it's been like a dynamic duo between the two of us.
Yes.
But yeah. So Tiffany said, hey, hello, Mr. Donald. So yeah, and let me bring my co-host in now. Cat Queen.
Hello.
Now, did she get the hello? Like he said hello.
Oh, what a beautiful chocolate man. How are you doing? I'm so excited for today. Listen.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. You a little bit muffled, Cat.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so while you working on that, I was saying, I've heard nothing but good about the play. From the cast, and not even just, Pooch and Drew, but like so many other people who are in this production.
Yes.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. Like, how is that for you to have a production like this that obviously you're touring the world and you're trying to get it bigger and bigger, but you're getting like all of these strong accolades and whatnot, for the production, and you're independent.
Honestly, to be honest with you, it's still like a shock. And I know how when some people say when they see certain, because you understand, like you say, I grew up watching these people, right? Especially in this season where you have headliners, as I like to say, legends, right?
Yeah.
People that's been doing it. And I grew up watching these people, and not one time when I was young that I say, okay, one day I'm gonna work with these people. One day I'm gonna have these people. And to see them, and also to see for Pooch to come in the rehearsals and his energy, just loving the production, laughing because he loved the script and everything like that. And so, to be honest with you, it's still like it felt like I'm dreaming still.
Yeah, almost kind of surreal.
Yeah, it really feels that way. I'm gonna be honest with you. It does feel like that, but I know that it is the divine timing. This is something that was spoke years ago. They say one day you're going to be working with so many different people. You're going to be on the tour. You're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing this. So you hear this so much, but now to be in 2025, and then now it comes in December. So to be in the rehearsals, to listen to the cast, and to see how the entire development of the story come together is an amazing work. So I like to say thanks God for that, to be honest with you, because I couldn't done it myself. To be honest with you, all of the divine connections, all of the people that I'm meeting, with helping with the projects, a shout out to DeMarco as well. He was the connection for Drew and Drew and Pooch. So all of that connection was just a divine thing, to be honest with you. So yeah, to answer your question, to be honest with you, it's just like, wow. Yeah.
No, I think it's amazing. You
So do you ever get any kind of imposter syndrome with that? Like finally really living your dreams and being around these big names? Like how does that feel?
How does it feels? Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't even know how to explain the feeling, to be honest with you. It's just you have to, of course, you have to just live the dream. That's just what I can say, just living the dream and being honored. To be honest with you, I'm honored. That's what I can say. And to get feedbacks, from people who are reading the scripts and people who's been in the business for a very long time is an absolutely great honor, to be in that position and to be in those rooms, I would say.
It looks like you have some fans in the comment. We have Cassie saying, I saw the play in Miami. It was great. You learned different forms of toxicity that is technically abuse, but we're so used to it. So, wow, that is, and she said, can't wait to see it with Pooch. So that has me intrigued because I think that a lot of us, especially when you're younger in your first relationships, you have that toxic and it becomes normal. So you don't really, when you don't really know that this is abuse, this is really not good for me until you really kind of get that feedback or start working on yourself. Otherwise, you'll keep going through those same patterns.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the cycles. It's being able to break the cycles. And then one thing I would say as well too is not just because we always tell the story on the woman being abused when we say domestic violence, but we never talk about the man because there's a part of it where you get to see the flip side of the women. The woman can also be the man can be the victim as well, as much as the woman can be the victim. So I try to have it on both sides, a man perspective of being a victim from being abused, and then also to the different forms of abuse as well when it comes to domestic violence, because it's not just got to be physical, it can also be mental as well too. So it talks about all of that, and also too, it could be generational curses as well. So it's a little bit of that as well, where you see the mom went through it, then the daughter's got to go through it, and then so you see the family tree of where it come from, and that's kind of answer your questions. And sometimes when you do have someone that's going through that process as well, they don't understand why because you could be from outside looking in, like, why are you with this person? Like, get out of the relationship. And you don't understand that they watched mama went through it. They watched mama went through it. Mama stick through it through 30 years. And so it's common. It's a very common thing, and they used to it. So now a daughter is now in that same predicament, and they don't understand the perspective of what you're referring, because abuse wasn't something you had to endure in your house, right? So therefore, it's easy for somebody outside looking in that didn't go through that experience, they didn't see the abuse and all of those things happening, to say, oh, this person's stupid, why they in this type of predicament, but not understanding that is really a generational curse.
Yeah, I think, and a lot of people are now growing up, especially this generation, is like, we're trying to break those curses. We're trying to really, be the first in our family to do this, or be the first. Sometimes it might be the first in our family to get away from that.
That's
to
true.
live healthy, to put our peace first. So I'm definitely intrigued to see this play. And I'm so enamored with the stars. Like I said, I ain't never gonna forgive Drew. I told her that when I seen her in person. She was cracking up. I said, Drew, my girl. I love you, girl, but honey, I ain't forget what you did to med school. And I think Pooch and Drew already have awesome chemistry. Like we saw it on the game. Like we see them do a lot of different projects together. And I think that they're two perfect people that I could see really bring your story to light. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I have a caveat with that, to be honest with you, because it is so funny, right? Because in my mind, when I was selecting, because they would give me a list and I select Drew and I was selecting Pooch for it, right? Do you know, in my mind, I was not thinking about Drew and Pooch in the game. I really was not thinking that. That's the real thing that people don't
What?
understand. I was not. I was thinking that Drew to me was the Real House of Atlanta at the time. It's later I noticed in the comment where people will start saying, "Oh, they done got the two together from the game," and I was like, "Oh, that is so true." I totally. How did I forget about that? That was the main part of the
I
entire
think that's
thing.
God working though. Like
Yeah,
I truly believe that is God working, and like
that's true.
I stand on that. Like that's standing
Yeah.
on business for me. Like I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, and the two characters, believe it or not, I don't want to spoil it. But they're supposed to be like the husbands and wife in it. So that's all I got to say. And there's gonna be some stuff going on between that relationship, and I think they're gonna have fun with that. It's gonna let's just say they're gonna have fun with those characters.
I'm so excited because there's a lot of people that really thought that him and Drew should have been together on the game. Like they really had a good Kim. Like I said, I was a person, listen, that was my whole life. When the game was out, I was
Yeah.
glued to that TV. Like that was my thing. And I was already familiar with Drew Sidora because she was in White Chicks. She was the wife's best friend, and she was, girl, you gonna let him talk to you like that? And she had to say, shut up to her at the end. I was like, oh, shoot. Okay, why y'all doing my girl Drew? So I've been a fan of her. So that's why when I saw this, I said, I'm going to have to see this play. I'm going to have to somehow, some way, because it's just it's almost nostalgic to you. And when you love these people, especially Pooch, everyone knows Pooch has a great relationship. He's always so nice, and like his attitude definitely precedes him. So I could definitely imagine, working with those two. And I think that just by hearing this and knowing, I know they're going to have some good chemistry and everything. So
And I believe it as well. And I believe they're going to definitely exceed my expectation concerning the characters. I do truly believe that they're going to take the character on a whole different level, especially for those who've seen the original show in Miami. Like, trust me, they thought they saw something, they ain't seen nothing. So that's all I got to say. So for those that's in Miami, I encourage them to really come and see it again, because they will be able to see the elevation. You know how sometimes every time you do something, it's always greater and better. So I can definitely would say I endorse that it's going to be way better, way better.
I often tell myself that the more I do things, the better I'll get at them, and the better it gets every single time. Like, think about my first time on the podcast, James. I was sitting here like, like it's like you be your first time, and people be like, you did so great, and I be like, listen, you ain't seen nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna start using that. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I mean, the same applies to me too.
I wish you all the best on this, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, the same applied to me. Like, even when I launched Transcending the Culture, I mean, if you, and all of our episodes are on the website, if you go back to the very first episode, I was like a deer in the headlights. I had never been on camera before. I just was winging it. Regardless of how long I've done media, I had never been on camera before. So it's, with time and progression, things will get better. But I think it's also the sign of an amazing stage play when, you can do it, this go round, and this is the script and this is the story. And then the next time you do it, there's more added to it. Like, you see a lot of times when people travel and they go see stage plays, they'll say, I saw it in Miami, and this was the deal, and this person played this person, and this is what they said. And then when I went and saw it somewhere else, it was a whole nother scene in there, and this person wasn't in the, like, I think that's the sign of a good stage play. And it's something that should evolve, because, stories change, from person to person. So it's something that theoretically should be able to evolve like that. And I think that that's really dope that, that you're getting that from it.
Yep. And growth is important to me as well. I'm my hardest critic to myself. I'm being honest with you. And
as many of us are.
And that's a good thing. And I'm a perfectionist. So I always can see any of my stage plays and say, I could have did this. I could have did this better. I could have did this. So that's how I am. So when people, it was such an amazing shot. I say, tell me what you did not like about it. Tell me what can I work, because I want to be able to implement that, and so with this being such an awareness production, and so I knew in this season I had to implement headliners, because I've been doing this for over 15 years, and there was just the sense of fear of, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm good enough, to have headliners into my plays. These are people that's been doing this. I don't know if I'm on that level yet, right? So I had to overcome that.
I promise I do the same thing on this side of the game too. Like I do the same thing, and I'm like, are we worthy of bringing a Kim Whitley onto the platform, or having this person on the platform? Or like, we question it all the time when we invite people on. Like, are we really ready for that? And should we have this person on, or that type of thing?
Absolutely. And the thing about it, we got to face it. Just do it. Just do it. And you'd be surprised. What will come out of that, and just do it. And that's the same thing I tell myself. Just do it. Just like Nike say, just do it.
That's it, man.
Just do it. Yeah, just do it, because we have what it takes, we have what it takes. And yeah, it starts from somewhere.
Standing on business, I actually have two questions. The play intertwines faith, family, trauma, and redemption. Like, how do you balance telling the hard truth with offering hope to your audience?
Oh, that's a good question. So how do I do it? Is, first of all, it's just like the life, right? I look at it like it's like real life situation. First you go through the trials and tribulations. You go through all of the things that you go through in your life. You have to experience those things, and those things come to make you better. And those things come to, like you say, to evolve through those traumas and different things that you go through. And then when you do encounter, because it's an encounter. So when you decide to have an encounter with God, some people are not believers, but for those who are believers, I'm a believer. So when you have that encounter, and then you able to understand, and then that's when the shift, that's when you experience the shift. That's when you experience that what you went through was not just for yourself, it was for somebody else. So you had to experience that, because one day you would have to go back and pull the next person that's going through the exact same thing that you're going through. And so that's what goes on with these different characters, is that, they have real life experiences. Yes, they went through the different generational curses. Yes, they had to watch mama and daddy, whoever went through this. Yes, it had to went through a bad situation. But at the end of the day, so now they're giving hope for the audience, is a part of it, where it's even talking about, real like numbers where you can call for assistance in real life.
Absolutely.
We talking about, okay, what, I'm giving statistics, numbers of how many people are experiencing these type of experiences, and what can you do to seek those help, instead of being silent and not really taking any precautions and action. It can lead to death. It really can, it can lead to death. But instead of it leading to that, just take action. And so that's what I do. So it's just different elements of it. Of course, it's faith in it, but at the same time, I'm giving real life situation as well too. Because sometimes, we can be so, God is going to change the person. God going to change the person. But in reality, God is saying, call 911.
Right.
I'm being honest, praying for the person. Some people just not going to change. Some people just got some strongholds, some strong demons on them, and they out to get you. They out to take your life. And so this is where it kind of give those, those perspective of, okay, does the person is really getting help? Is this person really going to change? So that's where the sermon come in, concerning that as well too.
I love how you just broke that down, because I promise you, the answer you just gave is ministering to somebody right now. Like, it's ministering to somebody right now. There's a lot of people who are dealing with situations, and they're dealing with people who are, like you said, out to get them. And that's absolutely ministering to somebody. But my second question, the phrase "standing on business," it carries a lot of cultural weight.
Yes.
What does it mean to you personally, and how does it reflect the message of the play?
Standing on business, it was so funny because I had a different name, believe it or not. I had a different title for the play. And I had a different title, and somebody else had the same title. I went on social media. I'm like, hold up now, that's my title.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not meant for me to have this title. And so then I was speaking to my business manager and I was like, I cannot use that title. I don't want to use the same title that somebody else having in the same space, I would say.
Mhm.
And so from there, you remember it was a saying during, standing on business, or this person standing on business.
Uh-huh.
And every
Yeah,
time
yeah, kids. What
yeah, because every time you
Right.
every time you hear standing on business, it can mean that if a person trying to go after somebody, or if they're trying to stay where they want to stay, or they want to be in a position, or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be, they standing on business.
Yeah.
And so because of the characters, and like I say, with every, like, they try to, without saying too much of the story, but is a portion where the sisters, or they trying to come after the person that's the abuser, and they're planning something for the abuser. And so this is where all of them, the mother, even the sisters, are like, okay, we stand on business. And so that's where the title came from. And what does it mean to me? It means that you're about your business. So whatever you say you're going to do, you're going to do it.
You're gonna do it.
So it doesn't matter if it's from a negative perspective, if it's from a positive. If you say that you want to be successful, you're going to stand on business about that. If you say you're going to go out there and hustle and get what you're going to get, you're going to stand on business. If you say you're going to do something that's opposite of that, you still stand on business. So that's where it relates to me, as well as just standing on business of what you say you're going to do. You're going to do exactly what you say you're going to do.
Now, when I tell you that is ministering to me right now, like it's some stuff. When I tell you life is life, and for myself and for Cat Queen right now, it's like we got a lot of stuff on the outside going on that we trying to block it out and trying to keep everything else going. And that answer, so I got to say thank you, because that answer is ministering to me right now. It's ministering to my mind, that the part of my mind that's all over the place because of the other stuff that's going on. So I appreciate that so much. I'll let you jump in, Kat. We can't hear you, Kat.
Oh, okay. I did want to hit some of the questions in the comments. Let me see. Tiff said, will you ever bring your play to Ohio?
Yes, I want to. That is my dream. I want to come to Ohio. I want to go to Detroit. It's just that particular surrounding an area. It's just all about connecting with promoters and people with the resources, because I'm not from that area. They know the area, and but I'm open to it. So that means if it's any promoters in different areas that's looking for a phenomenal stage play to bring to that area, here we go. Standing on business can definitely come to Ohio. So yes, I definitely want to come to Ohio, because I heard a lot of great things. When it comes to stage plays, I know it's big in that area. When it comes to Cleveland,
yes. I think it's because it'd be snowing here half the dang on year and ain't nothing to do. So when people come to Ohio, whether it's comedians or plays or concert, it sells out, because we be like, oh, it's something to do, so so it's definitely, I would say, a good place to really, make some money. And then we had Tiff said, Donald, when did you decide to start writing, and what inspires you to?
Oh, that's good, Tiffany. I'm not sure if you was in the beginning, but I was given a little story background and where the inspiration come with writing. And the inspiration came from when I was in 5th grade. It was a teacher that was telling me that I would never be nothing in life, that I would die by the time I'm 18 years old. And so I took that pain, I took the negative words, and my writing was my escape. My writing was my voice, because I dealt with a lot of rejection, trying to fit in when I was growing up. And so what seemed like an isolation was actually a blessing. So I felt like the Joseph, the Joseph, like in the Bible, where the brother tried to do certain things in the family. That was me in through life growing up. I felt like a Joseph, where I was hidden, but in the midst of my hidden was actually a place of writing. That was a place of really, relating to the characters. And this writing, to be honest with you, I was just being creative. I was a creative writing. They told me in school that I had issues with reading and writing, but in reality, that was my strength. They told me I had learning disability, but I didn't have learning disability. I just had other issues that needed to be worked on. But I took whatever they told me, I was the type of person, right? If you tell me I can't do that, I'm going to show you I can do it. And so because they was telling me I couldn't do certain things, I took that with me. And
Mm.
that's always been my life, honestly. People telling me you can't do this. You would never be great. You would never be in the room. You would never be in the table, and I begin to create those outlets, how it is, dealing with rejection. It was always a no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. It was always no, no, no. And so, yeah. So that I hope that answered your question, Tiffany.
I really like that. I definitely can relate to that. My grandma
Mhm.
used to call me Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Like she used to
Yeah.
literally call me that because but I think that a lot of us creative kids, I
Mhm.
think they underestimate or we think different or outside the box. Like I got put up a grade. I was a child genius, but then I started
Mm.
to struggle in school and they're like, well, why is she struggling? Like, well, maybe this isn't stimulating my higher self. Like I already know what y'all talking about. I learned this with my grandma at home. Like I'm trying, my mind is working this way. Like, and sometimes I talk so fast sometimes. My mind goes so fast, I talk so
Mm.
fast. And they say, oh, you're talking too fast, or she's going a mile a minute, but that's just me. And that's why I'm in the business I am. I get paid to gab. So it's like, a lot of times they look at kids at what's wrong and think and really need to pour into that. Like, why are you doing this? How are you gonna tell me I have problems writing and I'm a writer? I would be creative writing in class. Like I already did my little paragraph. Y'all told me I'm over here writing a story about me riding on dragons and so I definitely, and I think a lot of people identify with that. So thank you for sharing that with us.
No, thank you for sharing your story because it's so inspiring to hear other creative their stories, and we all share the same story.
Mm-hmm.
We've been underestimated. That's number one, or they don't. I don't know. I like to say that we're like the diversion of society.
I love diversions. Listen, I
Yeah,
watched this
that's who we
show.
are.
It's based off like Thor and Loki.
Yes.
And Loki is like the diversion in every like universe. He's wreaking havoc and he's doing this and doing that. And I always feel like that. I always feel like I'm where I'm like I feel like I'm in a way, but for some
Yeah.
reason I'm always where I'm supposed to be. Like I can't really, I can't really call it. So I definitely identify with that. And you have a lot of people in here. Look, Tiffany on here talking about I wish I was on this show. She said, say it. And then she said, standing on business, Cat. I'm standing on
Biz.
business. Okay. I'm telling y'all, I'm not playing in this season. Look, you done put a battery in my back. I'm gone now.
That's right. That's right. We got to.
James, you gonna hop on in there?
Yeah, I got you. You've been very open about using theater as a platform of healing. So, what kind of conversations, or change do you hope to see, or do you hope that standing on business will ignite?
Wow. I would like for whoever's dealing with what they're dealing with that they can leave. Of course, comedy is a medicine for the soul. So that's number one. So if you was a person, if you was dealing with depression or suicide, whatever it may be that you going through internally, bring that self of you to the production. I promise you it would be like a therapy. It would be therapy. It would be a medication to the soul. And then also you get the opportunity, to talk to some of the actors, and they're very transparent as well too. You'd be surprised, a lot of the actors, a lot of them have their own stories too, and you never know, maybe one of them will touch somebody, right? To touch they would touch concerning that as well. So what I want them to take is, I want them to take away for that is to know that you're not the only person that's going through what you're going through.
Absolutely.
To know that it's somebody else that's walking in your shoes, and to know that you can overcome, that you are overcomer, that you can, whatever you're going through is just a season. I promise you it's a season. I've been through that. I have my dark season. I've been through I've been through some things, just because people see me now, they see what I look like. Trust me, I don't look like where I come from, but Absolutely. I've been there, and many of us been there as well. And so with that being said, by them looking at our lives and look at the character lives of whoever they're looking at, they can know that one day it will be me as well, that I can I can overcome that thing. That it was a reason why they came and a reason why they was to be a part of that. And that's what I want to do. The takeaway is to know that their life can transform. It's just that they have to understand that they're not the only one, for sure. And it's like I said, it's medicine. So the comedy itself is going to ignite that in them as well.
I love that. How has the creative process impacted you personally? Like has working on this story healed any parts of your own journey?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any story that I write about it comes from somewhere.
Okay.
So I have wrote shows about I had a show before this one. It's called Russian Roulette. It's about mental health, and I was going through that during that season. I was going through a lot of mental concerning that, and I had to go through a therapy. I had to go through that process, and not knowing that I was dealing with that, is later my therapist was like, you know what, you're a writer, so maybe you need to medicate by writing, because there's something about that. So that was that. So that's just one of the stories. And then with this one, I have had friends that went through that, to be honest with you. They went through domestic violence. Matter of fact, I have a homeboy that passed away through a domestic situation where he had a friend that was going through it. He was just being a friend to this opposite sex in Texas, and he was there. And then the husband, which he left, it's just as big. It was on the news, and he just was there. And the husband happened to come. He got shot. He ended up, he unalived the man, my friend, through that. And that's where the inspiration of domestic violence this place. So what you see is something that birthed from a real story. So it was so painful for me, because he was such a good person, very good person. The whole Orlando knew who he was. He was a public figure. He was an actor. He was a father. He was a believer, good energy. He could walk into the room, he's in the room. And so when it happened to him, I should say, it really took me by surprise. And it was a big thing. It was a big hit in the community. And that's when I say, I got to write about domestic violence, so that's where the inspiration came from. And of course, I had other friends, family members, different people that went through domestic violence situation. Right. And so all of that created this story of standing on business. So yeah, so it's so funny that now that you asked that question, not even thinking about it until you just asked me that question, I said, well, the inspiration really came from because of my friend. He passed away through that situation. It was a domestic issue, and he was in the crossfire. And that happened.
Like the wrong place, wrong time type of
thing. Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
Looking back at your career, you've produced several major plays over the years. How does standing on business differ from your past work? And I would say that this is like your boldest work, but do you feel the same?
Yes, I think this one is a bold one because so many people go through it. It's just that people hide it.
Yeah, like this hits like.
It does. I guarantee you, if you was to do a survey in every family or anybody you're attached to, they're going through a domestic issue. It's just that they know how to put it under the rug. And there's a character in the stage play where she's going through it, but she's trying to hide it. She got her glasses on, and she's trying to act like she's good. And then when the sister's trying to intervene, she get mad at the sister. Because how many times do you see that where you're trying to intervene and the person get mad at you? Like, how are you going to get mad at me when I got your back? I'm trying to look out for you. And there's a character like that in there that you see the sisters trying to come for the rescues, and then she get mad at them for helping them. And so, so I believe that this play stand out a lot because everybody can relate. If you can personally relate, somebody else that you can relate still, because somebody else that's going through that as well too.
Absolutely. Now, am I correct? Did you just receive the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
You said that with such ease, like, oh yeah, I did.
Well, yes, I did.
No, it's an honor.
I wasn't with you.
No, I like, humbly speaking, I did. It was a blessing. It was a
I
blessing.
promise I'm messing with you.
I did have one more question for you. It seems like, you know, humans, we've always been putting on plays. Like if you think of even back in the day, Shakespeare, and those were the only kind of sanctioned plays people were allowed to see. And then even in times of medieval times, kings and queens, you only knew the news because they would go through and reenact battles and things that happen in plays. And I think that is very prevalent in the Black community. We've always used entertainment, we've used song, we've used plays as a mode of communication. And even in important times, slavery times, and civil rights times, we use these plays to give messages that might only be a signal to us, like, okay, are you listening? You know, that type of thing. So tell me how theater is important to you and you feel is important to our culture.
I'm gonna give you something about that. What people don't know, when you are an effective playwright, do you know people come against you behind the scenes? Yeah. My very first play was Church Hurts. I had a play called Church Hurts, and I had a person that really came against me. This is my very first production on a bigger scale. I have a Sister to Sister Letter, my very first production. I had that. And then also too, she sent letters to all these different pastors and different church organizations to shut me down. So it's been times where a lot of business opportunity did not happen for me in Orlando because of this individual was lying. So I said that to say that you have playwrights who have lost their lives because when they're talking about politics or they're talking about certain deep subjects. So it's not easy. Yes. So when you're talking about something that's exposing something, let's say you have playwrights that talk about government, you got some that talk about real life events, whatever it may be. So now that when I was talking about Church Hurts, that was something that I was talking about. I had a lot of things that I had to go through. I had to lower up. I had to do so many things, trademark issues where someone tried to get that. So I had to battle for years for that. So these are real stories that people did. Yeah, these are real stuff. So I had to go through a lot of the battles in the beginning because I was talking about something that was controversial. It was a controversial. So when you talk about plays, and then speaking of different subject matters, I have a friend that was doing the play. He had death threats. He had to have securities when he was doing his plays. He had to literally have bodyguards because they said it was going to do certain things to him. So yeah, so this is not easy, you know. So when you're a writer,
I cannot believe that. That's
yes.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I believe it because it's like
It's
anytime we organize and do anything for change, it's they try to bomb bombs.
Yes.
Take it
Yes.
down, steal it, threats, lawsuits, jail, the dogs, the hoes, you know.
Yes.
So I
It's true.
definitely believe it. So thank you for being so brave and doing this very important work. I really, and
Absolutely.
stay blessed. Stay blessed. Look, I'm praying for you right now. Listen, Heavenly Father, make
It's
sure
It's
that
so
he
weird.
is blessed
Like,
and highly favored and protected.
Yeah.
Okay, because we need you.
Yes.
And you're doing the thing. You're
Mhm.
very important to the community. And this is a part of pouring into the next generation. This is a part of giving back.
Mhm.
And this is definitely a part of transcending the culture, for sure. You are a true embodiment of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think with where society is right now, I can absolutely believe it. I mean, it's whether it's from a stage right or a stage right perspective,
Mhm.
or whether it's from a media perspective, where we get blocked from doing certain stuff or whatever. Whether you drive an Uber, Lyft, and somebody it's when people see you being successful and they see people want to tear it down when when they feel like it's impeding on their success or like they can't do what they want to do because of what it is that you're doing. Like people always try to find a way. They try to find a way. And it sucks. It's where society is right now. And you just have to keep working at it. But we thank you because your voice is needed. Like these productions are needed and they are valuable and they are helping so many people in our communities. Look at all the comments that we got in here, just from people who have seen the play or people who want to see the play, all the hearts and hand claps and stuff that we got in here. And as you're answering these questions, people are pinging back like same thing happened to me, or I could like this stuff is hitting home. Thank you, Reese. I just saw a message pop up from Reese. Like people are flooding in here, man, and it's because not only are you doing good work, but you're doing God's work, and that's really really what it's about. That really was it on the questions for me. I do kind of got a game of rapid fire for you though. I'm gonna see if you got any other questions in there, Kat. I mean, you got us shaking over here after that prayer, so I'm like you.
She's shaking the table. Nah,
Right.
I just listen. When he told me that, I had something said. Listen, my mama a minister now, okay, and my sister ordained. So listen, when I get the spirit of prayer, it's power in prayer and it's power in words and putting that out there. So when he told me he was in danger, I said, okay, this is all I can do for you. If I had my oil, now listen. I hit you like my grandma used to do me. Come here, girl.
So I do have two other questions, but I'm gonna wait until after I do the rapid fire for you.
Okay.
So the rapid fire is just think fast. Just to however you want to answer them. Nothing crazy though. Some of it may be a little humorous, but what's one word that describes you or describes how you move through life?
Trendsetter.
Okay. Coffee, tea, or prayer time? What gets your day started right?
Ooh, Lord. You got me on that one. Repeat that again.
I said coffee, tea, or prayer time. What gets your day started the right way?
My wife and my son.
Okay. The first stage play or movie that made you say, I want to do this?
The first. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I like making people have to think fast.
Yeah, it's just to think fast.
Play the Jeopardy music. Na, 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 na.
You say okay, so you say it could be a stage play or movie. Which one is it?
Or it could be a stage play or a movie. What's the first
movie?
We'll say production that made you say, I want to do this?
I would say The Precious Story.
Okay.
I don't know why. I like the Precious Story.
It was a good story.
Real. Yeah, because I read the book, and then I saw a movie, and I was like, oh, one day I can have a play, and it could turn into a movie or a book. So I think that was a very, even though they say it was different, I don't know. They say it was from different characters.
Yeah.
And then they created the character of Precious. That's what the background.
I didn't get a chance to read the book. I mean, obviously I saw the movie, and I mean, I don't think anybody expected what they got. I mean, and Monique is an amazing actress, but I don't think anybody saw that coming though.
The book is even
the book is a more in depth.
To me, it's
but I like the movie. I think the characters did their thing, and I'll be quoting that movie since you know every fucking thing. Precious. Go down to the welfare office. Listen, we know somebody like that, and I love stories that is honest and true. We know somebody like Precious Mama. We know an abusive welfare queen that be doing that to the kids. So it's like when stuff it really touches you, right? And then people want to act like that's not part of our community. That's a part of our community. It's a story that needs to be told.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That was something that really hit because I read the book first, and then to see the movie, and it was like, wow,
Okay. Who is one creative or spiritual influence that keeps you grounded?
I would say Miles Monroe, but he passed away. To this day, he's still relevant. Miles Monroe, his teaching, absolutely.
What is one lesson that show business has taught you about real life?
Perseverance.
Okay. When the spotlight fades and it's just you, what gives you peace?
God.
The Bible verse or quote that you stand on every single day.
What does it mean to gain the world and lose your only soul?
I like that. Look at Kat. I like that. If you could cast any legend, past or present, in one of your plays, who would it be?
Oh my God. Any legends? Oh my God, so many. I would say Angelica Basket.
That would be my answer too. I'm
That was,
mentally screaming as Angela Bassett.
that's
I'm
what
trying to really
Oh,
put in your. I must have put in your
or
head.
Denzel Washington. I don't know. They're so amazing. So many. It's so many.
right.
There's so many.
What's one thing that people would be surprised to learn about you?
What they would learn. What would they be surprised to learn about me? My background, I don't know. I guess my background, my upbringing. Even I'm American, but to also be Haitian and to see, the culture difference. Even though I was born in the United States, but then we still have a certain culture way of doing things. I'm like, what? Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then so last of the rapid fire. Finish the sentence. At the end of the day, I stand on
Business.
that part right there. I already knew what that was going to be, but I said I'm gonna ask them anyway. So I do have two other questions. You have created a lane for purpose-driven theater. What's next for DV Productions and for you personally?
I would say to continue to create and to expand. That's really what's next. That's really what I want to be next for DV Production is to travel around the country, perhaps even the world. I don't want to just limit it to this United States. It can also be something that can go to Canada. It can be something because it's relevant globally. It's not just a United States thing. But yeah, so that's what I would like to do, to hopefully Cleveland, Ohio. I'm saying the same thing. Cleveland, Detroit, all of those different places, places that I have not been to bring the production, everything.
Okay. And for young creatives who want to tell their truth but don't know, how and where to get started, what's your advice for standing firm on their purpose and calling?
Start and never give up. That goes back to the word perseverance. It doesn't matter how many things come against you. It don't matter how many people say no. Just continue to work at it until you get to until you get to your destination. Yeah, that's what I would say. For that young individual. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be some trials and tribulations, but
Absolutely.
stay in the race. Stay in the race. Stay in the race. Don't worry about who else is doing it. Don't worry about
That part.
how
That
much
part.
people are ahead of the game. Just be in your own lane. Focus
Yeah,
on you, be your own authentic
absolutely.
self, and I guarantee you will get to where you're going.
It took me a long time. I won't say a long time, but it did take me some time to learn not to be worried about who else is out there in the
Yeah.
space. I've been doing media since 2001.
Hmm.
Um, Primarily independent. I did work with Radio One. I worked with the NBC affiliate here in Cleveland, and then I've done some stuff with BET and
Yeah.
Centric and whatnot, like
Hmm.
centered around the Soul Train Awards and BET
Okay.
Awards and that sort of thing. But I would say in the very beginning, I put a lot of focus and attention on who else was out there in the space
Yeah.
and who was doing what. Whereas now, I don't care who else is there. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care who else is there, bigger or smaller or whatever, because they don't do what I do, and I'm not
That's
doing what
right.
they do, and that's it. I don't treat anybody as competition. And obviously, depending on who you talk to, people talk competition and all that kind of stuff, and that's the least of my words
Yeah.
because I feel like when you're A, doing God's work, and B, you're doing it your way and doing it the way you know how to do it, you're gonna be good. And I think so is the case for you. You have a number of powerful productions, powerful stage productions, but with each one, you get bigger and bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter and
Right.
brighter. Like you're doing an amazing thing, and you have good people on this cast. Obviously speaking directly of Drew and Pooch. Like
Yeah.
you have amazing people on this production, but it's not just they're not just amazing because they played on these amazing projects and amazing shows and they did this stuff together. Like they're amazing because they are people of God and they're good people and they're doing a good job and they're doing it to help somebody else. Like it's no ulterior motives or nothing like that. Like they're like that goes so far, man. Like we appreciate you so much for coming onto the platform. I hope
Mhm.
this is just the first of many times that we have you on. And the cool thing is like I'm building a network here. So we have a number of podcasts and whatnot, and that we run, and other people who do podcasts and whatnot. And that's really the idea, is that now when I bring people onto my platforms, I kind of like to be able to push them to some of the other people's platforms and get them out in that space and that audience, and because we all kind of have our own embedded audience that we're bringing into the network. But this was so cool, man. Are there any other, notable cast members that we should know about? I know we talk a lot about Drew and we talk a lot about Pooch, but who else is in the project?
Yeah, so they are locally known in Orlando. So we do have Randy Benjamin that's in the play. We have Seren that's in the play. Then Cornisha that's in the play. And then we have understudies, which is Lysandra, and also that's it. That's pretty much it. So everybody else, they're just playing the understudies of those individuals. But yeah, so they're known in locally, I would say. But far as the headliners would be, with Drew, which is
Well, I know. Listen, Brent, like I said about Brandon, always looks out for me. Like Brandon was one of my publicists for a hot minute, so Brandon always looks out for me, and I know that he will. But anybody you feel you want to look, send them on over. We listen. We take the locals too, because with us it's not just about pushing the major people or the huge people or that sort of thing. Like, we want to push everybody who is doing something to build and nurture and inspire and forward the culture. So we would love to have any of them on, or anybody that you deem fit. We would love to have them on, have them talk about their experience and what they're getting out of it and that sort of thing. And, for future productions, as you start doing other things, definitely keep us in mind, and we would love to have you on, for those as well. Any final words from you, Kat?
Just thank you, and I wish you all the luck with the play. I'm sure everything will go well, and I'm just so excited, and do not be a stranger.
Listen, man, if it don't come to Cleveland or it don't come anywhere close, we will travel, man. So we will buy some tickets and get on a plane or get in the car, and we will come out and see this play, man. And that's the thing. Like Brandon was covering a play in, I was gonna say Killeen, Texas, but the person who did the play was from Killeen, Texas. It actually was in Houston. When I tell you I drove from Cleveland to Houston to go and cover this play, wow. I said I'm going. So we will travel to come and see a play, and to because I think it's essential to the culture and to what it is that we're trying to push as a platform. And I know there's a ton of platform, like, we don't do what everybody else does. So man, I thank you. I appreciate you. Where can people go online? And that can be website, social media, any of that, to keep up not only with the production, but also with you and what you have going on.
Yeah, so everything is Donald Variste. So my website is www.donaldvariste.com. Instagram.
Thank you for saying that too, because I when I said your name at the beginning, I said I just know I am fucking up his name, and he ain't said it. I wish you. I would.
But you said it how we have people say it.
Like, because once we bring somebody on, we consider them to be family. So you could always say, man, you fucking it up. Like you ain't got to be all professional and keep it clean. You can tell us if we F it up, man. It's cool. And now that you said it, I know I effed up. So I apologize. His last name is Variste.
Yeah, Variste. Yeah. Usually people say Variste, different things like that. But yeah, it's Donald Variste. So it's DonaldVariste.com. Everything Donald Variste. Facebook Donald Variste. Instagram Donald Variste as well. And so they can stay contact that way as well. That's fine.
Nah, I done effed up, Cat. We ain't gonna be able to get him back now because I said his name wrong at the beginning. Now listen, man. Once again, like, we truly, truly appreciate you. Like, this was really, really amazing. I think it's necessary for the culture. It's necessary for us. Like I said, that like we both are going through some things right now that is crazy. And like, we both got on Messenger at 3:15. Like, man, I don't know. Like, I want to do this interview, but like, it's so much going on. Like, I'm just not even feeling today at all. And then I'm like, but I'm gonna
Like
get up.
be lifing.
But I tell you, at 4:00, I'm like, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it.
I'm ready.
It's that's how much I love this media thing. Like this is a life thing, man.
Yeah.
So you're like you coming on is like feeding into our ambitions and to the things that we want to do and to the things that we love to do. So we thoroughly appreciate you for that, man. We can't thank you enough.
No,
Thank you, Brandon.
I'll go to them.
Everybody that's watching, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is not a regular day of Transcending the Culture, so we are not doing topics today. We're not doing Cat Got Your Tongue today because that's
not just yet. Y'all gotta wait.
No Cat Got Your Tongue today, so we'll be back with Cat Got Your Tongue on the regular episode of Transcending the Culture this Wednesday. But again, man, thank you so much. Hopefully we can have you on again soon. And we look forward to, potentially having some of the cast, on the podcast as well, or even any of the other platforms as well. So you enjoy the rest of your day, man. And you're gonna see us at one of these plays. Now I don't know which one, but when I tell you I got a ticket with my mind's so blank I can't even think of the airline right now. Okay. Who I got this ticket with? With
Delta?
No, it's with oh shoot. All my flights are $15. So
oh wow.
Listen, I just
do that connection.
What is it? The Mexican one. I can't think of the name. Who did I tell you I just
wait, who?
The airline. The airline with the ticket.
Oh,
it's like it's not Spirit, but it's the other one. What's
Frontier?
Frontier. There we go. I'm like the Mexican one. Now somebody's probably like, oh, that was racist, but it is. Everybody. Listen, that's another story. But Frontier, I got the pass with Frontier, where it was like Labor Day, it was $300, and then once you buy it, all your flights are $15.
Oh wow!
So like when I tell you, I done took a few flights, they $15. So $15. So I might have to pull up
out here grinding.
I'm coming to see that play.
It's open,
Right.
It's open December 13th, open. So I'm like, oh, y'all probably gonna shock me. I'm like, oh snap, y'all don't know.
I'm gonna pop up somewhere, man. Nah, I'm gonna use some of my UPT from Amazon, and I'm gonna get on that play, and I'm coming to see the play. So I really do appreciate you, man. You enjoy the rest of your day. And we look forward to not only seeing the play, but also, being able to bring some more of the cast on here, if that, if you guys see fit.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, now have a good evening, man.
You too. Thank you, everyone.
And thank you guys for watching. Anybody else, you can watch this video. It will live permanently on the website. That is ugdpodcastingandradio.info. It is up right now, so you can even go to the website and you can start it over right now and watch it. ugdpodcastingandradio.info. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you get the notifications of any updates that we have going on and when we go live. Make sure that you guys follow us both. I am on social media as I am James Grant, and I also have another Instagram at Authentically James. So you can follow either of the two, Authentically James or I am James Grant. And Kathleen?
Let me see. And make sure you guys follow me at Cat Queen. I'm tired. It's Sunday. I'm tired, y'all. I'm put my feet up and rest.
I know. And then I got soap dish in 45 minutes. So
y'all get ready for some hot takes about y'all's favorite soap.
Right. So all right, y'all. Everybody have a good rest of the evening, and we will all talk soon.